The Democratic Party is now meeting in Chicago and talking about voting rights, but they're spending tens of millions of dollars keeping independent candidates off the voting roll. The Democratic Party that I grew up with, the party of Robert Kennedy and John Kennedy, was fighting to make sure that Americans, every American, could vote for the candidates that they chose to vote for. And this Democratic Party is doing everything in its power to make sure that Americans are disenfranchised. There's a million people, a million American voters who have signed petitions to get me on the ballots. And there are tens of millions who want to vote for me. And the Democratic Party, in my opinion, ought to be winning elections by competing on the battlefield of the campaign, debating, giving interviews, doing all the things that candidates and democracies are supposed to do. And to me, it's a sad devolution of this party that the only way that it can win elections is to keep its opponents off the debating stage, off the ballots, and use lawfare to try to win elections rather than campaigning.
Mr. Kennedy. And the judge did not give him time to come to court to testify. He was late through no fault of his own. We don't control airlines, and when an airline cancels a flight into Harrisburg, as you know, flights into Harrisburg are far and few between, unlike Philadelphia, where this hearing was originally to be scheduled. Because of the transfer to Harrisburg, we had very few flight options. His flight was canceled, and for that reason and that reason alone, the judge decided can't testify. So that's sort of the end of it. I've never been in a situation where a canceled flight has resulted in a judge preventing a presidential any witness from testifying, given that we have the entire day set aside. Very easily could have had an adjournment to allow Mr. Kennedy to get here, and we could have presented our case in full. And we were not allowed to do that.
I heard Mr. Kennedy's engagement last night in Philadelphia had been canceled. Is there a reason why you couldn't?
I can't speak to that. I don't know.